How Wi-Fi works. Wi-Fi is one of those things we use every single day without thinking. You open your phone, tap a network, type the password, and magically, you're online. But behind that simple tap, there's an entire invisible world operating at incredible speed. And today, we're going to uncover exactly how it works. Let's start with the basics. Wi-Fi is not the internet. It is the method your device uses to reach the internet, like a messenger carrying letters to the post office. Instead of using cables, Wi-Fi uses radio waves, traveling through the air, silently and invisibly, carrying information at nearly the speed of light. To understand how this works, imagine your favorite video. Every frame, every sound, every pixel is broken down into millions of tiny pieces of data, called bits of zeros and ones. Your device takes these bits and encodes them onto radio waves by changing their speed, their height, or the timing of their oscillations. These tiny changes are like a super-fast version of Morse code, happening millions of times per second. That's how a single radio wave can carry a full movie, your messages, and your selfies, all at once. But none of this would work without the central hub of your home network, the Wi-Fi router. The router is the brain, the traffic controller. It receives the wired internet from your provider, transforms it into wireless radio signals, and then distributes those signals across your home. Every device you own, a smart TV, a laptop, sends information to the router, and the router decides where each piece of data needs to go. It's like a digital postmaster sorting thousands of letters per second. Now let's talk about something you've definitely seen. 2.4 GHz and 5 GHz. These are the two main frequency bands Wi-Fi uses. Think of them as two different highways. The 2.4 GHz band is the long-distance highway. It travels farther and goes through walls more easily, but it's slower and more crowded. Microwaves, Bluetooth, baby monitors, many devices use this band, so interference is common. The 5 GHz band is the fast lane. It can carry much more data and gives you higher speeds, but it doesn't travel as far and struggles when walls are in the way. A simple way to remember: 2.4 GHz is like a slow but steady marathon runner. 5 GHz is the sprinter fast, but only for short distances. Inside these bands, we also have channels, which are like lanes on the highway. If too many routers or devices use the same channel, you get traffic, meaning slower speeds, delays, or buffering. This is why sometimes your Wi-Fi feels worse at night when all your neighbors get home and start streaming movies. Interference is another important factor. Radio waves don't mix well with certain materials and devices. Thick concrete walls, metal appliances, and even water, like a big fish tank, can weaken or block Wi-Fi signals. Microwaves and Bluetooth devices can also create noise on the same frequencies. So, if your Wi-Fi slows down every time you heat your food, now you know why. But how does your device actually connect to Wi-Fi? The moment you open your settings and tap a network name, a quick conversation begins. First, your device sends out a message. Any Wi-Fi networks around. The router responds by broadcasting its name and capabilities. When you enter the password, your device proves it has permission to join. They then perform a brief handshake to create a secure, encrypted connection. All of this happens in less than a second, and suddenly your device can send and receive endless amounts of data. Still, connection quality isn't always perfect. Maybe your signal drops in your bedroom, or your streaming lags when someone else in the house is downloading a game. Most of the time, the cause is simple: distance, obstacles, outdated equipment, or too many devices fighting for bandwidth. The easiest fix: place your router in a central, elevated, open location. Don't hide it in a cabinet or tuck it behind your TV. Wi-Fi needs space to breathe. A well-placed router can completely transform your home network. When you think about it, Wi-Fi is remarkable. We send messages, videos, entire worlds of information through invisible waves, moving through walls, air, furniture even. Our own bodies, without us ever noticing. It feels like magic, but it's simply physics, engineering, and brilliant design working together seamlessly. So the next time you tap that little Wi-Fi icon and watch it light up, remember, a whole invisible universe is waking up to connect you with the world. And if you enjoyed traveling into the unseen technology around us, Make sure to like the video, subscribe, and let me know what everyday tech you want to explore next. Wi-Fi. It's one of those things we use every single day without even thinking about it. You open your phone, tap a network name, maybe type in a password, and just like that, you're online. But behind that simple tap, there's an entire invisible world operating at incredible speeds. And today, we're going to pull back the curtain and uncover exactly how it all works. First things first, let's clear up a common misconception. Wi-Fi is not the internet. Think of the internet as a massive global library of information, and Wi-Fi is the invisible messenger that brings that information directly to your device. Instead of using physical cables to connect you, Wi-Fi uses radio waves, traveling through the air, silently and invisibly, carrying data at nearly the speed of light. To really get how this works, let's imagine your favorite movie. Every single frame, every sound, every pixel is broken down into millions of tiny pieces of data, called bits juiced, a long string of zeros and ones. Your phone or laptop takes these bits and cleverly encodes them onto radio waves by making tiny, rapid changes to the wave itself, like its frequency, its amplitude, or heat styming. These tiny changes are like a super-fast high-tech version of Morse code, happening millions of times every second. That's how a single, invisible radio wave can carry a full HD movie, your private messages, and all your latest selfies at the same time. But none of this magic would happen without the central hub of your home network. The Wi-Fi router. The router is the brain of the operation, the air traffic controller for all your data. It takes the wired internet connection from your service provider, that cable in your wall, and transforms it into those wireless radio signals we just talked about. Then, it broadcasts those signals throughout your home. Every device you own, whether it's your phone, your smart TV, your gaming console, or your laptop, is constantly sending information to the router. The router's job is to figure out where each tiny piece of data needs to go and send it on its way. It's like a digital postmaster, sorting thousands upon thousands of letters every single second without ever making a mistake. Now, let's talk about something you've definitely seen in your Wi-Fi. Settings. 2.4 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz. What do those numbers even mean? These are the two main frequency bands that Wi-Fi uses. Think of them as two different highways for your data to travel on. The 2.4 gigahertz band is like the long-distance scenic route. Its radio waves can travel farther and are much better at passing through solid objects like walls and floors. However, this highway is also slower and can get very crowded. A lot of other household devices use this same frequency, things like microwaves, cordless phones, Bluetooth speakers, and even baby monitors. All that traffic can cause interference and slow your connection down. Then you have the 5 gigahertz band. This is the express lane, the super-fast highway. It can carry a lot more data at once, which means you get much higher speeds, perfect for streaming 4K movies or online gaming. The catch: the 5 gigahertz signal doesn't travel as far and has a much harder time getting through walls and other obstacles. A simple way to remember it is this: 2.4 gigahertz is like a slow but steady marathon runner who can go the distance. 5 gigahertz is the sprinter, incredibly fast, but only for shorter distances with a clear path. Inside these two main highways, we also have channels. You can think of these as the individual lanes on the highway. If too many routers in your neighborhood are using the same channel, it creates a digital traffic jam. Everyone's data is competing for the same space, which leads to slower speeds, frustrating delays, and that dreaded buffering symbol. This is often why your Wi-Fi might feel sluggish in the evening, when all your neighbors get home from work and start streaming their favorite shows at the same time. Interference is another huge factor in your Wi-Fi performance. Radio waves are amazing, but they don't get along with certain materials and devices. Thick concrete or brick walls are a major signal killer. Metal appliances, like refrigerators or filing cabinets, can reflect and block the waves. And believe it or not, even large bodies of water like a big fish tank can absorb and weaken your Wi-Fi signal. As we mentioned, other electronic devices can also create noise. If you've ever noticed your internet connection dropping every time someone heats up leftovers, now you know why. Your microwave oven operates at a frequency very close to the 2.4 gigahertz band, essentially shouting over your Wi-Fi signal. So, how does your device actually connect in the first place? The moment you open your Wi-Fi settings and tap on a network name, a very quick, secret conversation begins. First, your device sends out a general broadcast, basically asking, "Hey, Are there any Wi-Fi networks around here? Your router and any others nearby will hear this call and respond by announcing their name, what we call the SSID and A. What they're capable of. When you select your network and enter the password, your device sends that password to the router to prove it has permission to join. Once authenticated, they perform a brief digital handshake to establish a secure, encrypted connection. This ensures no one can easily spy on your data. All of this happens in less than a second, and suddenly, your device has a gateway to the entire world, ready to send and receive a nearly endless stream of information. Still, we've all been there. The connection isn't always perfect. Maybe your signal drops completely in the upstairs bedroom, or your video call starts lagging the moment someone else in the house starts downloading a big game. Most of the time, the cause is surprisingly simple. You're too far from the router. There are too many obstacles in the way. Your equipment might be outdated, or there are simply too many devices fighting for the same limited bandwidth. The good news is, there's often an easy fix. One of the most effective things you can do is to change your router's location. The best spot for a router is in a central, elevated, and open location in your home. Don't hide it away in a cabinet, stuff it in a closet, or tuck it behind your TV. Wi-Fi signals radiate outwards in all directions, so they need space to breathe. A well-placed router can completely transform your home network and solve a lot of your connection headaches. When you really stop and think about it, Wi-Fi is a truly remarkable piece of technology. We are constantly sending messages, streaming videos, and sharing entire worlds of information through invisible waves that move right through walls, furniture, the air around us, and even our own bodies without us ever noticing a thing. It feels like pure magic, but it's simply a brilliant combination of physics, clever engineering, and elegant design, all working together seamlessly behind the scenes. So the next time you tap that little Wi-Fi icon on your screen and watch it light up, take a second to remember what's really happening. A whole invisible universe is waking up just to connect you with the world. And if you enjoyed taking this trip into the unseen technology that powers our daily lives, make sure to like this video. Subscribe to the channel, and let me know in the comments what everyday tech you want us to explore next. Thanks for watching.